Deep under the pretty blue waters of Lake Ohrid, also known as the Pearl of the Balkans, scientists have found something really old and interesting. They discovered a village that might be one of the oldest in Europe. This village had spikes around it to protect it. This village, which was found 8,000 years ago, is the oldest lakeside village ever found in Europe. They figured this out by checking the age of things they found there, like wood and other stuff. A professor named Albert Hefner, who knows a lot about old things, said that this village is much older than other similar villages in places like the Mediterranean and the Alps. He thinks it is the oldest in all of Europe. The scientists who come from Switzerland and Albania have been digging and looking for things at the village site near Lake Ohrid for 4 years. This village was on the edge of the lake in Albania, close to the borders of North Macedonia and Albania. Around 8,000 years ago, people in this village lived in houses that were on sticks in the water or in places that got flooded by the lake sometimes. Recently, when divers went underwater to explore, they found something really interesting. They found planks with spikes that were used like a wall to protect the village. To build this wall, the villagers had to cut down a lot of trees from the nearby forest. The scientists are curious when the villagers needed such a big wall to protect themselves. They are still trying to figure out why. It is estimated that there were about 100,000 spikes in the lake around the village. This discovery is like a big treasure for the researchers. Lake Ohrid is one of the oldest lakes anywhere, and it has been around for more than 1,000,000 years. The scientists, with help from divers, have been looking at the bottom of the lake and finding old things like pieces of wood and special book pieces. They're also using the rings in the trees they found to learn about how people lived back then. It is like using the rings as a calendar to know about the weather and the environment. The leader of the Albanian team of researchers, Adrian Anastasi, said that working at the site is sometimes slow because there are lots of plants. The village was built on sticks in the water, which was a tough thing to do. They want to understand why the people chose to build their village this way. Right now, scientists think that the villagers ate plants they grew and animals they raised. They found seeds, plants, and the bones of animals, both wild and ones they took care of. It's going to take about 20 more years for the scientists to finish looking at everything and to learn all they can about the village. Every time they dig or explore, they find out more about how people lived by Lake Ohrid a long time ago. They're like detectives piecing together a puzzle to understand what life was like back then.